When we talk about lighting, we usually talk about control, comfort, and confidence. For us, lights are not just tools that sit on stands. They shape faces, products, and mood. They also decide how relaxed you feel during a shoot. So when we got this GVM Z200B into our workflow, we did not rush to judge it. Instead, we lived with it, used it across client work, personal tests, and daily setups, and slowly understood where it fits. So now let us talk about how it actually performs. Right away, the form factor changes how you think. This is not a chunky COB head with a big modifier hanging off the front. This is a long, slim LED mat that spreads light naturally. Because of that, the conversation around this light feels more about coverage, softness, and balance rather than raw punch. Physically, the Z200B feels thoughtfully built. The aluminum alloy body keeps it rigid, while the overall weight stays manageable. At under 2 kilos, mounting feels safe and even on lighter stands. The mounting system uses multiple contact points, and once locked, the panel stays put. This gives peace of mind when people move under lights. The slim profile also helps in tight rooms, especially when ceiling height is limited. Now, how this light behaves when you put it to work. On paper, 200 watts sounds clear enough, but in real shooting, distribution matters more than numbers. The Z200B throws light wide and evenly. Without any modifier, it fills a room fast. In a small studio or home setup, one unit can lift the entire scene. When we added the softbox and grid, the character changed in a useful way. The spread tightened, shadows gained control, and the light became easier to shape. As a key light, it feels soft and forgiving. As a fill, it stays present without flattening the subject. That balance helps when you move fast between setups. Brightness control feels very refined here, and that comes from 0.1% ultra-smooth dimming. We were able to make extremely small exposure changes without visible jumps. That level of smooth control reflects the light's high-precision dimming behaviour in real use. Colour accuracy is not something you notice when it works, but you feel it when it fails. We shoot people and products, and both demand honesty. With the Z200B, skin tones stay calm and natural. Reds do not drift, and whites stay neutral. The BI colour range from 2700 Kelvin to 6800. Kelvin feels smooth across adjustments. When we mix window light with artificial light, matching feels predictable. We did not fight green shifts or strange warmth. That consistency saved time later, which matters when deadlines exist. With a colour accuracy rating above 97, skin tones looked natural, and product colours stayed true without extra correction. Colours stayed reliable enough that we trusted the footage straight out of camera. One of the biggest practical advantages here is silence. There is no fan, no low hum hiding under your dialogue. For talking head videos or interviews, this changes your audio workflow completely. You do not worry about noise cleanup later. Heat management relies on passive cooling, and it works well. We ran this light for long product sessions, and it stayed stable. It never became uncomfortable to work around, which matters during long days. Setup feels clean and quick. The integrated control box on the back keeps cables minimal. Brightness and colour temperature adjustments use physical knobs, which feel precise and reliable. During fast-paced shoots, this matters more than touchscreens. App control through Bluetooth helps when the light sits high or out of reach. Both control methods feel practical rather than decorative. Control flexibility also goes beyond basic brightness and colour temperature. Alongside standard CCT adjustment, the light includes 12 cinematic effects and 12 professional light source modes that replicate common lighting environments. This makes it easier to match existing environments or introduce controlled visual variation without adding extra lights. In the studio, AC power keeps everything straightforward, and that matters when shoots run long. When we move outside the studio, V-mount battery support changes the pace in a good way. We used the Z200B on location without thinking about outlets, so the shoot stayed fluid and focused. That kind of freedom supports creative decisions rather than interrupting them. When we step outside the studio, the option to run this on a V-mount battery starts to matter. It is sold separately, but having that support built in changes how freely we can place the light. Once you go battery powered, you stop thinking about outlets and cable runs, and the shoot keeps its rhythm. Despite its wide form factor, the Z200B travels better than expected. The carrying case feels organised and packing stays quick. In small studios, the slim body becomes a real advantage. It fits close to walls, near ceilings, and into tight corners where bulkier lights create problems. Ceiling mounts and compact setups feel more realistic again. The modular design adds another layer of flexibility. You can link multiple panels to build a larger light source for bigger rooms or overhead coverage. Traditional panels at this size often feel risky because of weight, but this design stays manageable and reassuring. For studios that evolve over time, this adaptability makes long-term sense. In daily work, this light earns its place through versatility. For YouTube talking head setups, it delivers even skin tones with calm, controlled shadows. For tabletop product photography, coverage feels smooth from edge to edge, which keeps reflections and gradients predictable. In small commercial studios, one unit can shift roles easily. Depending on placement, it works as a key light, a fill, or even an overhead source. As a key light, it stays soft and flattering. As a fill, it supports the scene without flattening depth. That flexibility explains why it fits into regular workflows rather than sitting on the shelf. When storytelling needs atmosphere, the built-in effects come into play. Lightning, TV flicker, candlelight, and similar modes can be adjusted in speed and intensity, which keeps them usable instead of dramatic. The preset light source modes also help in mixed lighting environments. Matching tungsten, daylight, or fluorescent setups feels quick and consistent, which helps maintain visual continuity across scenes. This light makes the most sense for creators who care about clean coverage, silent operation, and predictable colour behaviour. If your work involves people, products, or controlled environments, this light feels comfortable very quickly. You do not spend time fighting hotspots, odd colour shifts, or unwanted noise. Instead, you focus on framing, expression, and timing. For YouTube creators, educators, commercial photographers, and filmmakers working in small studios, this kind of reliability becomes part of the creative process. If you prefer hard shadows, strong contrast, or dramatic shaping, a focused COB setup may suit you better. This panel leans towards softness and evenness. That makes it ideal for interviews, talking head content, product work, and commercial scenes where consistency matters more than drama. It also works well for studios that need lights to adapt across many roles rather than specialize in one look. At around $500, the price feels considered rather than inflated. You are paying for coverage, silence, color stability, and flexibility. When a light can replace multiple, smaller fixtures, reduce modifier needs, and speed up setup time, the value becomes clear over months of use. In our case, it became a light we reach for often, and that frequency defines value more than any feature list. After spending real time with the GVM Z200B, it feels less like a specialty tool and more like a dependable part of the studio. It does not ask for attention, and it does not interrupt the flow of a shoot. Instead, it supports the work quietly, which lets you stay focused on the subject in front of the camera. What stays with us is how balanced the experience feels. The output is strong without feeling harsh. The colour stays trustworthy across different environments. The silent operation removes a common frustration from video work. Setup stays simple and flexibility stays high, whether we work in the studio or on location. This is the kind of light that becomes familiar quickly. You learn how it behaves, and once that trust is built, decisions become faster. For creators who value clean results, calm workflow, and tools that adapt rather than dominate, the GVM Z200B fits naturally. Over time, that quiet reliability becomes its strongest quality. That was all. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more camera news and reviews.